Why do you fight the sunrise? It is 2 a.m. The rest of the world has surrendered to unconsciousness. The streets are silent, the noise of the day has finally faded, and yet, you are awake. For most of your life, society has told you this is a defect. They call it insomnia. They call it poor discipline. They recite the old proverb, the early bird catches the worm. The world is built for the morning people, the ones who wake up at 5 a.m., drink their green juice, and rush into the chaos of productivity. If you don't fit that mold, they label you lazy. They say you are wasting your life, but what if they are wrong? What if your inability to sleep is not a malfunction, but a feature? Psychology and evolutionary biology suggest that the nocturnal mind operates differently. Not because it is broken, but because it is designed for a different purpose. While the sheep sleep, the wolf wakes up. If you find peace in the silence of 3 a.m., you are not failing at life, you are accessing a state of being that the average person will never understand. Today, we are going to decode the psychology of the night owl. We are going to turn your bad habit into your greatest competitive advantage. You naturally reject the agricultural schedule of rising with the sun and sleeping when it sets. The science, Satoshi Kanazawa proposed the evolutionary novelty theory. It suggests smarter species adopt novel behaviors. Our ancestors had to wake up at dawn to farm. Staying up late is a modern adaptation. Humans are biologically programmed to fear the dark. It was dangerous. To voluntarily stay awake requires a cognitive override. The reframe, you aren't struggling to keep a schedule, your intelligence is simply rejecting a primitive default setting. You are wired for the modern world, not the Stone Age. Intelligence is the ability to deviate from the herd. Revenge bedtime procrastination. You feel a compulsive need to stay awake, even when tired, simply to do nothing. It is a phenomenon where people who lack control over their daytime life refuse to sleep early. During the day, your time belongs to your boss, your family, or your obligations. The night is the only territory that is exclusively yours. You aren't procrastinating sleep, you are reclaiming your autonomy. The reframe, this isn't poor time management, it is a psychological rebellion. Sleep is a surrender, staying awake is defiance. The Sentinel hypothesis. You feel more alert, protective, or on guard when the sun goes down. In ancient tribes, survival depended on someone staying awake to watch for predators while the others slept. The explanation, your circadian rhythm is likely a genetic echo of these protectors. You are wired to stand guard. The reframe, you are not an outcast. You are the designated protector. The sheep can sleep because the wolf watches. Transient hypofrontality. You do your best creative work or have your deepest thoughts when everyone else is asleep. As the brain gets tired, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and self-doubt, begins to relax. Paradoxically, a slightly tired brain is a more creative brain. With your inner critic silenced, you enter flow state. The reframe, your late nights are not wasted time. Perfectionism dies at midnight, creativity is born in the early hours. High sensory processing sensitivity. You find the daytime overwhelming, too loud, too bright, too chaotic. The night feels like a relief. You likely score high on sensory processing sensitivity. Daylight is an assault. The explanation, the night removes sensory friction. No traffic, no notifications. A low stimuli environment for your brain. The reframe, you aren't antisocial. You are a high-performance machine that requires a controlled environment. The dark triad correlation. You are comfortable with solitude, manipulation of your environment, and strategic thinking. Studies correlate night owls with dark triad traits. In a controlled dose, these equate to high assertiveness. People who operate at night are often more risk-tolerant and goal-oriented, less bound by social conventions. The reframe, you possess a predator's mindset. You use the cover of darkness to plan your moves. Negative urgency regulation. You use the night to replay conversations, analyze mistakes, or worry about the future. The brain uses the quiet hours to run simulations of potential future threats, a sophisticated risk assessment. The reframe, you are not overthinking. You are wargaming. You are strategizing for tomorrow's battles. Divergent thinking capacity. You solve problems at night that seemed impossible during the day. Night owls show higher aptitude for divergent thinking. Early birds tend to follow the rules. The reframe, your mind is not disorganized, it is expansive. Rules are for the day, innovation belongs to the night. Social homeostasis. You need a long period of being alone to feel normal again after socializing. The night is the only time you don't have to perform. You don't have to wear the mask. The reframe, your isolation is not loneliness. It is a necessary battery recharge. Solitude is the price of authenticity. The disinhibition effect. You are more honest, more emotional, or more real late at night. Darkness creates anonymity. At 3 a.m., you are forced to confront who you actually are. The reframe, you are not emotionally unstable. You are brave enough to face your own shadow. Chronotype rigidity. No matter how hard you try to wake up early, you always revert to staying up late. This is biological. It is written in your PER3 gene. Fighting your biology is a losing battle. The reframe, stop trying to be a morning person. A lion does not apologize for not being a rooster. Psychological stamina. You get a second wind around 10 p.m. Night owls maintain alertness longer. The reframe, you aren't lazy, you are recovering from a mental marathon. Endurance is more valuable than speed. The need for control. You hate being told what to do or when to sleep. High internal locus of control. The sunrise dictates the farmer. The clock dictates the employee. The night owl dictates their own schedule. The reframe, your sleep schedule is a manifestation of your desire for total sovereignty. Enhanced memory consolidation. You study or learn better right before sleeping, very late at night. You input data, and then you sleep, locking it in. You are downloading updates while the world is offline. The visionary trait. You spend the night imagining a future that doesn't exist yet. Abstract reasoning. The reframe, you are not daydreaming. You are visualizing the blueprint of your future empire. So, the next time you see the clock hit 3 a.m., and you feel that familiar pang of guilt, let it go. Realize that you are not broken. You are simply a specialized instrument. The watchman. The strategist. Society needs the early birds to keep machinery running, but it needs you to spot the dangers in the dark. Do not force yourself into a box that was not built for you. Embrace the silence. Use the solitude. If you want to understand the darkest corners of your own psychology and turn your mind into a weapon, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.